You're welcome back to the boardroom. How we all doing?
Oh, we are around.
Well, I'm a bit under the weather.
Okay.
The weather is too high, so I'm very under it.
All right. So by way of formality, I would want us to introduce ourselves, get to know ourselves, and then we can dive, or we can just get deep into the discussion. I'll start from my left.
Well, I'm Ignatius Octavius. I am a psychological person and a human resource expert. The rest, I don't like bringing them out. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Your most humble Dr. Ibenson Kumasa, who studied in Guatemala and moved into Cuba and settled in the United States of America, particularly Michigan. Yeah, and I am a cardiologist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Doc, do you have a sister called Doreen?
Why do you ask?
I'm just asking.
Okay. There are so many reasons why people ask such questions.
Anyway,
I don't have a very beautiful sister.
That was just
yes, I do. I do. Why do you ask?
All right, we'll talk. Gino.
So you know you are going to talk. Why did you ask him?
To my extreme right.
Yeah, the name has always remained Honorable Gino Ntatia, a politician, an ex-military officer, and then I'm an esquire. I have a sister called Doris.
Interesting. All right, and on my immediate right,
Professor Asatama.
Satama.
I look good, Tama.
Satama.
I look good, Tama. Ishe Mokobe, Kashi Beni Magbo. Although Mihumagbo. And I have children, some Doris, some Doreen, and I have.
What is wrong with everybody here?
What?
Do you have a sister called Doris?
Oh,
no.
I have grandchildren, Amos, Clement. Oh, a lot. And I want to quote one illustrious son of the soil.
Quote.
Victor Tete. He says that it doesn't matter the name you give to your daughter. Finally, at the end, you will not marry her.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's a very deep quote. Yeah. Anyway, so we are here to have another set of discussion. Like I always say, it's a privilege to have you seated here for us to discuss issues that would lead to the development of our country. And today is one of the days that we'll discuss. All right, so we are discussing this topic about fishermen. It has come out that fishermen faces great difficulty in catching fish.
You say fishermen face, not fishermen faces.
All right.
This is the third person
singular. Thank you very much. So plural. Fishermen face. Thank you very much, Prof. So fishermen face great difficulty in catching fish. As advisors to the president, what do you think we can do to ensure these fishermen have or enjoy great harvest?
If you don't mind, I will pick this one quickly.
Pick it, let's go.
I have to, refresh my memory when I'm done. Quickly, I must say that the weather temperature, is something that the government, as we advise, if you look at it, advise the fishermen to understand the weather temperature that they go into fishing when, when they want to fish. Fishes are cold-blooded creatures. So if you don't study the temperature and the water is warm or the sea is warm and they want to go fishing at that time, that's why you normally don't see, it's not encouraging that fishermen go to fishing during daytime or when the sun is scorching, because the fish, they will be hot and they will go and hide. So normally you fish in the midnight when the fishes are happy, they want to come and play in the midnight, then you go and catch them. So that one, we have to educate them more, because of late I've seen them going to fish during daytime. Okay,
so the water temperature will have to be considered.
Well, it has to be considered. They have to check it well, and then also.
So, at what point of the temperature would be advisable for them to go?
The water should be there, like as
So
hot
from the
as
scale of
possible.
0 to how many?
From a scale to 0 to 100, I would say that they can go to fishing 50-50.
50-50.
Yes,
Okay.
50-50. And then wind speed and direction. You know, when you are going to fishing and the wind is blowing towards a direction, don't follow that direction. Fish the opposite way, because the wind is carrying the fish to the backside. So why do you follow the wind when it's going? That is why even in the Bible they sang a song. Pite wompia, pite shemanu ayema, shemanu abusu.
Was it in the Bible?
Ayema. They sang it for Peter. Abusu. When the Bible goes, pite wompia, 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 wompia.
Okay.
Peter and his people were following the wind direction.
Oh, Peter.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So Jesus Christ saw them that they were fishing towards and he said, no, Peter, wompia shamano, and free that direction to the other direction. And then also the mood of the canoe. They say beautiful things attract and ugly things retract. Obini, as you are sitting down right now, you are a fine gentleman. If you step in town right now, you will get a lot of ladies following you.
Thank you.
You understand? When you are not handsome, don't expect, like me like this, I'm very handsome young man. When I step in town, I get women following me all the time.
It's a lie.
You understand? So, let your canoe be nice, attractive to the fish. You can even put bread and then and other things. But in Ghana, the fishermen that we have, some of them, Gary and Akro.
Gary and what?
Akro. They catch the fish and then they will prepare Akro. And then
Oh,
you go and see fishermen eating Gary. They eat Gary and then it's not attractive. The fish, they don't paint the canoe.
But what about the writings that they put on the canoe?
And that's what I was coming to. Check the writings. Someone that I saw, some of the writings that I thought, Waran Kasabeba. You are telling the fish that they will come by themselves. That you think that the fish, they don't have sense, that when they see Waran Kasabeba, they will come. They won't come.
So how does it have effect on
It has effect on them because when the fishes see the writings, they will run away. Put writings like Frekua or Odoyede. Fishes are nice. You see, when they see such writings, they will come and see what is there and they use your net to catch
So
them.
run up for us.
Then I also say that we need something that we call ultraviolet light. Now, with ultraviolet light, it's like a disco light. When I was in the military, we used some in the shores of Papua New Guinea and Mozambique. Now, when you have this ultraviolet light, the fish will come in to inquire what is making the light so reflective.
Okay,
and then you catch them.
so hold it there. Let's move to Ignatius.
Oh, thank you very much. I think this particular discussion is very important, you know, because the government actually assured the people when it was coming that it's going to help them to actually have bounty harvest. So this is very important, and I must commend the president for initiating this. Fishing in Ghana has been like a very, very long occupation of our people, especially along the coast. That brought slavery, you know, because the ships that came and all, and, you know, we are still doing it and all. I don't agree to what he said about fishing at night. You understand? Because when you fish at night, you are not sure the type of fish you are going to catch.
Why are their eyes located at the back? The fishermen, are they having their eyes at the back?
See,
General,
when
please hold
wisdom
on.
is
Go
speaking
ahead. Go
and you have
ahead.
shallow-minded people like this,
Wisdom,
interject,
go ahead.
It's
Please.
very painful.
Yes.
You see, at night, all fishes come out. Mame water, papa water, mermaids and all. You understand? So when you go fishing in the night, you understand? So you have to fish at midnight. That's in between night and day.
But what's your point now?
That's what I'm telling you. Night
Fishing is not good.
No.
But you need to fish at midnight.
Midnight. In between. Mid. So not too night, not too day.
I'm a bit confused here.
Yeah, well, it's deep.
He's trying to come to what I said, 50, they should go to fishing.
You were talking about the water temperature. I'm talking about the time of day.
So what's the difference between the night and the midnight?
The night is evening. Adiasa. Midnight, the asadie sebi, asadie chibi, logoligi, you know. You understand? So you don't really know whether it's day or night. So you fish at midnight. In between.
80 seconds.
So I have come up with 4 sustainable keys that can aid the government, empower the fishermen to get bounty harvest when they go fishing. Now you should remember that these 4 sustainable keys is in line with the UN's Sustainable Developmental Goals, the SDGs. So it's something that will last very long for even governments
so
to
can
come.
You go ahead with the 4
So
points?
yeah, that's what I'm
very
saying.
important to me now.
Now we need to you know, educate our fishermen. I'm here to come on the keys, but I just want you to understand that the keys that I'm bringing, it's important that we educate the fishermen on the types of fishes and their reproductive style, their adaptation style, the times where they are in the sea, how deep they are in the sea, which one comes to the top and all. So
in a nutshell,
we have to do that to understand the keys. So now let me go quickly. Let me just brush over the keys so that we can go. So the 4 sustainable.
Just give the keys.
I've given you over 2 minutes.
Oh,
I'm just waiting for the keys. If I move on, you would accuse me of not moderating this meeting very well.
So why are you interjecting?
So you give us the keys.
this is every day you come and
Ignore
say you
him.
have to go to the keys and
So
let
give
us
me the
know
keys.
Do you know the keys we have opened? Do you know the keys you have given?
Oh.
Or you think if you don't have ideologies and whatever, the president will bring us
Right
here?
now, I'm sorry, give the keys.
What's the meaning of this?
Okay.
You always try to
All
get
right.
on my
Thank you
nerves
very
when
much.
I'm trying to
Thank
make
you very
important
much. Thank you very
submissions.
much. Hold on with your keys. Prof, would want to listen to your submission on this issue.
Okay. Fishing in this part of our world hasn't been so lucrative because of what do you mean by it's not been? Have you checked the
Mr. Ignatius,
no.
Can you
Can
you please
It's a false.
allow him?
This thing you're saying.
Can you allow him?
Did he say
He's
it's
making
a
a
false?
point.
Did he say it's a
No, what he's saying is
He's,
false.
he's making a point.
Fishing
Allow
has been
him.
lucrative. When you look at the reports, you would
I'm
know
saying
that
allow
fishing in
him.
Ghana is very lucrative.
Allow
What's he
him.
saying?
Fishing is not. Did you
Prof,
check the
go ahead.
2016 report?
General,
We are talking 2020. You are talking
Go
about
on,
20.
don't mind
Just last year's report. Do you know?
I said allow him.
The fishermen, they go, they go on sea, and they come back empty.
What's the cause?
Because there are other criminals on sea who are diluted or no, let me say poisoning the fishes.
With DDT and all that.
And so the government tell the president, we need sea force. We used to have those days, we used to have police at sea. They are still there. They are not. They are there. That's why we have the Marine Corps. They are still there. It's different. We had police at sea. You are too young to know. Keep quiet. But that's what we call the Marine Corps. So who are the Marine Corps there? Who are the Marine Corps there? We used to have police at sea. They didn't have big boats. They have small boats. Some even had jet skis. So they won't go deep into the sea. They'll be around. Checking those who have their license to fish in which particular area, sorry. And so we need to bring back certain stringent measures.
Like, I'm interested in the measures.
Police at sea.
Police at sea.
Curbing all those criminal activities in the sea. Now, the fishermen also need the personal development. We need to teach them how to fish. They have been working on their orthodox ways of fishing. They go, they throw the net. If it becomes heavy, it means the fishes are in there, then they pull it back. Then they sing, by it, then they do it. They need to change it. They bring ultra-modern style of fishing.
Prof, hold on with the ultramodern. We were talking about poisoning. What are some of the things they use in poisoning the sea?
My brother studied DDT, some mercury. They put mercury.
Okay. Some blast dynamite.
Halloween. And all that. God. That's not good.
Halloween.
Yes. We should also encourage fish farming. It came up some time back, I think 6-7 years ago when tilapia came up. Everybody was doing tilapia. But now, where is it? We have to encourage the deep-rooted fishermen.
So in running up,
to go into fish farming as well, because they will know the attitude of the fish. They will know the kind of fish for which kind of.
That's
water.
what I just said.
So in running up,
the government has to put in certain things in place. And when we know we are coming to talk about fishing, bring Gus Miller. He is the international fisherman.
Okay. We'll try and see if we can pull a call to him in this discussion.
I think that's
Doc,
very true. Very
can we have your submission on this?
Well, it's just, I'll just give you one thing. You know, scientifically, we've done research and we've proven that fishes react to music, and I mean good music. And
so we should take Shatawale to see.
So when he was singing the Pite, whatever song he was singing, you see, when you go to fishing, mostly what they do is when they try and get the fish and they come to the shores, that's where you see them pulling their nets in music, chichirimbum, and they are pulling it in music.
We don't use chichirimbum to pull. Chichirimbum is the canoe song.
Whatever.
Okay.
You can't say whatever. You don't use canoe song for fish's song.
Okay.
I know it's wrong.
Okay, so I understand that. What is
Thank
it?
you very much for the correction.
Yes.
Then they come.
Thank you.
Okay.
So such songs, we should have very soothing music on the sea, but where we are when we are about to catch the fish, you see, you try and get your bait. But you see, when you have the soothing music.
So how do we get this soothing music that you are talking about?
Fishermen must go through some little, because fishermen originally love to sing. So they must go, yes.
I'm not cutting you. Let me add up. You know, in '93 or so, Celine Dion, they took him to the sea.
They took Celine Dion to the sea.
Yes, and he went to sing. They took him to get fish. And they sank, and by the time they realized the ship was full, and Celine Dion was shocked. So I think it's a right.
See, one key thing. I'm just saying the scientifically proven that music.
Can you help us with the body that did that research?
National Geographic, this thing. If you follow National Geographic section, they normally do things about regarding animals, whether in the sea or on land or in the air, whatever. And when we did the research regarding fishes,
animals.
Can you allow him land for me?
So when they thought about doing things concerning reptiles and all those kind of things and seafoods, they looked at fishes and they realized that fishes react to music.
Okay.
Good music.
But not all of them.
And it affects their behavioral pattern.
So please conclude for me.
No, but are you writing that?
When fishes hear the sound, their behavior changes, and they want to now know where the sound is coming from.
So what type of music do they
Those are for dolphins. I said dolphins love music. My God.
Like which one?
Oh, any nice song, local song that you can even make that sound.
You know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Can we move on to the next topic?
Mr. Chairman.
Let's move on to the next topic. Ignacio, you have something
We
to say?
need to clarify this. Dolphins.
So I'll give
Dolphins.
us 1 minute.
Dolphins love music. You can't tell me that when a shark is about to attack you, you're going to sing, "Loving you." Ooh. And then the shark will go. Or you want to catch Kwanla, and then you go in the Kojo, Krobajo.
That one,
Kaju.
you get it.
You get fish. You get fish.
Please don't make that mistake. That one, you get it.
Yeah.
Kwanla and the Kojo.
You get fish. That one.
What they hit is the bangu that Mohammed Ali. India.
Soothing music.
Okay. All right. Okay, so then we move on to the next topic, which is also very important. A lot of workers have been laid off in this trying time of COVID-19. We would want to discuss and find a way or measures we can put together to support such people in these trying times. It's been very difficult, and like the president said, we are not in normal times. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and government is finding ways and means to support these people. Now, what are some of the things the government will have to consider in trying to curb this situation? I would want to start on this topic with General.
Thank you very much.
Honorable.
You see, sometimes some things are very sad. And in fact, I am addressing this because it's very emotional. Why must you lay people off? Because of pandemic. Are there no alternatives that we can do as people to make sure that people are comfortable? Then you lay somebody's father, somebody's sister, somebody's brother, somebody's uncle. You lay him off to go home. You as the manager that you're laying the person off, don't you put your leg in the shoes of the person?
But don't you think that it is not, it's not their fault?
Nobody is saying it's their fault. But what I'm saying, my argument is, you don't lay them off.
So what do they do?
You take them home.
For?
You have a company car. You know that there's a pandemic. You don't have money to pay them. For the first time in your life, put them in the company car and go and drop them home. If you lay them off and they are going, they can get accident on the way. Out of thinking, out of pain, out of frustration. So you take them home in the company car, and then if the company has food, once in a while visit them and supply them with the food, do prayers with them, encourage them on. In this pandemic era, you don't lay people off. Already the pandemic, the COVID-19.
So
it's a problem. And
so in keeping them, where are they going to get the money to pay them at the end of the month?
Obibini, you that you are sitting here, we are in the era of COVID-19.
Yes.
Have you been laid off?
No.
You are happy working?
Yes.
How do you feel that your brother has been laid off? And you said that you love Ghana. Ghana is on your heart. So why don't you think leave it before?
So the point I'm making,
you think it's fair?
The point I'm making is that so if they keep them, how are they able to generate money to pay them at the end of the month?
People know how to cry. This is painful.
Have you been?
My immediate brother has been laid off. He has been laid off.
We are sorry. I think that is the
probably is because
that's the more
lazy.
reason why.
He's been laid off. I think he's been home. And one person the food that I will eat, I have to share with him.
It's quite unfortunate. Sorry.
You think it is easy to let somebody off?
Sorry,
and nobody visits them. He's downcasted, frustrated, dejected, and non-entity. Walking around barefoot and helter-skelter. What kind of country are we building for Ghana? If we can let people off to go home. People have villages. Can't you take them at Chimoda? Can't you take them there? Adansi Formula, can't you take them there?
Well.
So many, take them to their home, fishing, introduce them. You let them come and sit in Accra. For who to feed them?
After all the noise he makes, make sure he explains the immediate brother. I want to understand who an immediate brother is. Okay.
Okay.
Prof.
I'm sorry for your woes, but what if Prof would want to understand
who an immediate brother is?
An immediate brother. If we say immediate brother, you said your immediate brother. Who is an immediate brother?
There is a saying that if you open course under, you see ghost. Ofifi efunonia ohusama. Prof, you are old. You are very grown. If you are dealing with emotional issues, maybe I said the thing in the heat of the moment. But when I say my immediate brother, what I'm trying to say in opposite is that the brother that follows me immediately.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Immediate brother. He's immediately after me. You understand? Right. So I'm older
Prof,
than him.
Okay?
He's my backbone.
Prof, are you okay?
That's fine.
All right, that's fine. Doc, can we have your submission?
Well, this thing is really, really dicey. See, but I think the president should have, instead of laying people off, he should have rather tried.
The president hasn't laid anybody off.
Okay, fine. Companies laid people off.
Yes.
Due to the
COVID-19.
and the president is worried, and he's a worried man. That is why he's asking how we can help.
Yeah.
I think now people are already laid off, but if it won't be a problem, if it won't be a challenge, they should all be called back, and then you split them into groups, and then the same money you are using to pay them, you use that same money to pay them according to hours you work. So let's say now we are 20 in the office. You lay off 10 because of the COVID-19. You were paying all the 20, you were paying each of them 1,000 cedis. So at the end of the month, you spend 20,000 on the 20 people. Now that they are gone, you are going to spend only what, 10,000, right? Yeah. Good. So you've laid up 10 so that you can pay 10,000. You can still pay the 10,000 and have the 20 people there, and tell them instead of working 8 hours a day, you're not going to work 4 hours a day. So instead of paying you 1,000, I'm going to pay you 500, which still makes sense. So it still keeps you busy. And instead of you coming to work 30 days in a month, which will affect your transportation, now you're going to come to work 15 days in a month, which will so the amount you spend on transportation for 30 days is the same amount you're going to spend on transportation for 15.
That's the question. So with this, wouldn't it affect productivity, like in general?
No, it won't. It won't affect productivity because what the 10 people are doing, now 20 people are going to do it, but for a lesser amount. Do you hear me? What the 10 people are doing, the 10 people are doing, what about the 10 people are doing to bring you results? Now 20 people are going to do the same thing to bring you results for the amount you are paying the 10 people. So you are rather gaining.
So you are saying that we should,
but you are keeping the rest busy.
We should do a pay cut.
Yes.
Instead of
a pay cut and the working rate cut, so that the person doesn't feel like I'm working for 12 hours and getting lesser.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. You are working for 12 hours, I'm paying you 1,000. Now I work for 6 hours, I'll give you 500. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So that we can, and it's because of the pandemic, so that when the pandemic is over and the company is getting back on its feet, you can still maintain your workers and push them back to their original payment, and they work for 12 hours. And then that is it. Nobody gets hurt.
I think I get your point now. Yeah. Mr. Ignatius?
Well, I think having a doctor talk about certain human resource.
Will you talk without attacking people?
It's very, very barbaric and catastrophic. That is why you have him say these things he's saying. How do you maintain 20 workers in a field where you are supposed to make sales and sales are not coming? You are producing more and there's no demand for what you're producing. How do you pay salaries? You need the money to pay salaries. So my brother, don't say what you don't know. In any case, I think in a way I side with what my brother General said. Why are the managers not laying themselves off? The brother laying vulnerable and innocent people off because they've worked and they've worked for the companies to earn profits. So the company must have excess. The company must prepare for stuff like this. So if you're laying off, why are you not laying yourself off? In any case, what I would want to tell them is that this, I think, the Bible says we should look for the good in every bad situation. The Bible says, come unto me, all you who are laden and are tired, and I'll give you rest. This is the time they should seek Jesus. Who are tired and heavy laden, come and I'll give you rest. So this is the time they should seek Jesus. They need God. Because the Bible says in his time he makes all things beautiful.
So how does God help them in this?
So that is why the president put together the COVID Alleviation Fund.
Yeah.
This fund is to relieve people of...
Not individuals. I think that the government or the president put this fund to support
the fund,
companies, not individuals.
That was a stimulus packages. The stimulus package was where he put a 600 million Ghana cedi loan.
No, that's 1 billion.
Well,
cedis.
There was a 600 million for micro.
No, it's a 600 that was a...
He put 600 first and then the bank added for
the billion.
1 billion.
Yeah. So that is there. And then the alleviation fund, where we have other companies that have laid off people also go. You see what's happening here? These companies lay people off, and then they go donate huge sums of money into the company alleviation fund.
Point, and I'm supporting him.
You understand? It doesn't make sense. Why not using this same money to support them? And I think this is the time for the president to push his agenda of empowering the youth into entrepreneurship. We need small-scale business. Previously, we were talking about fish farming. These people could be alleviated into the fish farming project, whereby they are giving probably fish ponds, or they are also giving training so that they could also join. And then the more we get more on the market, there is sales.
But the small-scale business, is it not what the NBSSI are doing?
You see, that's what I'm saying. But it depends on what the small-scale industries are doing. In this moment, you realize that there's a lot in terms of food, in terms of pharmaceuticals. These are like the in high demand. It means we need more food. You get my point? So it means that if I am in a field that doesn't have that higher demand, it means there has to be a swap. So what we are saying is that human resource experts, we are saying that why don't we interchange, so that people who are almost about to retire between the ages of 50 to 60 are rather asked to go home.
Minister neighbor. Minister neighbor.
Let me land.
Minister neighbor.
Let me
if
land.
They are not part of the company.
Let me land.
Why are
Let me land. You're going home does not mean you're going home without salary. You'll be put on an allowance. Okay? Because this is the time we need youthful input. We need to empower the youth. So the 50 to 60s are all asked to go home and be put on allowance. Then we bring, what do we call it, this youth into the system to replace them. So I have put together 4 sustainable keys that can help in actually this swap.
Which are?
Now remember that this, what I'm saying with the 50s and 60s, they need to be conscientized so that they understand the need for this.
Hold on, Prof. You have 30 seconds.
So
this evil mind you have about old people.
it is not an evil mind.
Prof,
we need to empower the youth.
Okay.
And you see, in human resource, there's something we call self-alleviation.
Self-alleviation. Prof, can
My
you
4
make your...
keys, please.
Yes.
My 4 keys.
Hold
My 4 keys.
on with your 4 keys. Prof, can you give your submission now? We've heard from the 3.
Yes, people who are being laid off, were they giving money to go home?
That I can't, I'm not too sure
Yes,
about.
because if you have to lay somebody off, you calculate a certain period of time he has worked, and then you give him some money, and then you ask him to go. And that is the way to go by labor law. You cannot just say, okay, we are suffering, so we are just cutting you people off. It's not done anyway. So we have to find out if they have been paid, and before they are being paid to go, they are conscientized that they will be going. They are giving at least.
I thought you said you're not going to conscientize.
You sidelined with the old ones.
Because we need more. We need to pump in more energy.
Ignatius, please
That's
hold
what we
it.
need to
Please
do.
hold it. Prof,
Why
can
do you sack a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old when a 55-year-old who's almost retired is
hold
still
your fire, hold your
in
fire.
employment?
Prof, can you...
We need to conscientize
Can
you.
you finish it here?
What he's saying is even appalling when you even relate him to human resource, because every good human resource person will know that those who are about retiring, you don't lay them off, because their money is going to be big.
Yeah.
It's going to be big, so you wait. Oh, they will go next year, so let them be in it. If you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
How big is the money going to be?
Prof, in this case of calculating their benefit, but like you are saying by the labor law, here's the case: the companies don't have much finances to be able
Then
to
you don't have the right to be operating.
But here's the case that the government is also saying that we're not in normal times. So some of the
The
laws are
government
not
knows that
holding.
we are not in. President, does he know we are not in normal times?
Yes, that's what he said. We are not in normal times. So some of the laws are not holding.
Good. We are not in normal times. I agree. These times quite unconventional. Do you know the number of ministers we have in this country? We are not in normal times. We don't need them. One minister's pay can take care of about 20 people in a company. Do you know that? People are receiving.
But they have gone without salary for 3 months.
Say again?
They are without salary for 3 months.
Is the normal times a 3 months period?
Well,
Are we laying people off for 3 months?
as it
I'm
stands
telling
now,
you,
it's
we are
been
not
within 3
in
months.
normal times. Now, all we see is 2 or 3 ministers working. Let's maintain them. All the
sack
other
the rest.
1,000 ministers go home
Okay.
with your deputies and your secretaries. We need that
Mr. Chairman,
money.
not
So
to
you
cut
are
him.
at this. Hold on,
No,
hold
no,
on,
not
hold
to
on,
cut
hold
him.
on, hold on,
Because
hold on,
what
hold
you
on.
said with the
Hold
people
on.
going on with
Hold on, please.
Are they not going to have your ex-gracious
Hold on,
and
hold on.
kickbacks?
Who's
going to pay that?
Ignatius, hold on, please.
Who is paying the ex-gracious?
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
It's
So you mean what you are saying, if I can understand, is leadership by example?
Yes. Lay some ministers off. We are not playing football anymore because of this time. We are not doing any sporting activity. Lay the minister of sports off.
Okay, so name some of the ministers you think we should lay off.
Minister of sports, minister of railway, Zongo minister, lay off. Zongo minister.
I beg to differ. You can't lay the
No, but you need a Zongo minister.
To do
You need a sports minister.
To do what?
Do you know the job that is doing?
I said to do what? Just tell me.
To direct the sports people
To
that
go where?
they should stay home.
So we have a housing and state housing corporation. They should take care of the home people. So sports minister, you go.
Railways.
You seem to be worried about the Zongo minister. Any special
Because
reason?
the Zongo ministry was initiated or instituted to change the life of Zongo to become an ultra-modern city or town. But today what do we see? After 2-3 years, we are still in our Zongos. And who told them that we want to even change Zongo? You can't touch everything. You need to leave some things the way they are. You can't take a Zongo man out of his Zongoness. You can take a Zongo man from Zongo, but you can't take the Zongo from him.
Okay.
You understand?
All right. Thank you very much.
Some ministers must go, and ministers of God.
Ministers of God?
Wait. You're not come to attack.
Ministers
As
of God? But they are not
they
under
are
the...
already home, so it's okay.
But you realize that when you sack the ministers, you're supposed to give them their kickbacks and their ex-gratia.
What is it?
Who is paying that?
What's kickback?
They have kickback and ex-gratia given to every minister of state. So if you're saying, if you're laying off people who
But it's
are
a
almost
temporary
nearing,
layoff. It's a temporary
hold
layoff.
on. The people nearing 60 and who are laid off, it's also temporary. If you're saying you're giving them more money,
Why are you much concerned about the 60 and the...
we are into youth empowerment. You said the president is worried that the youth are being laid off. So if the youth are home, why would the youth be home? And the 50 years and 60 years are still in their employed.
Over 70 years, and you're still teaching in the primary school. And you're happy about it?
How can you be employed at 60?
You need the experience. I'm not happy.
What experience? And you're talking about ministers. The youth are unemployed,
alright,
and
okay.
it's causing
So,
them to enter into dubious and fraudulent and all kind of
Thank you.
notorious.
Okay, so now I give us 1 minute each for us to have our final words, and then we call this meeting a day. I start with Doc. 1 minute. Please stick to the time for me.
I really feel, like I said, the government should, for people not to feel that they are left and they've been thrown away and nobody is helping them. At least, so if I'm earning 1,000 and from now, because of this issue, I will earn 500 and I'm still assured of my job when everything is back to the normal times. Why? I will be happy to be there. So they should try and keep the numbers, but reduce everybody's and reduce their working times and run it like shifts, so that people can work well.
Okay.
And then
so we're rushing the staffs. General, can you give us your final submission on this?
Yeah, I want to say that it is not this time that we lay people off. Already the youth, they say if you have sacked the animal, you have sent animals to go and eat. and they've not returned, you then send another one to go and join them. Already, a lot of the youth are at home. We are struggling to see how best we can find jobs for them. So I'm pleading with Mr. President, if you will consider that you should find a way that companies don't lay the youth off. You should come out with measures.
And that is why you are here. So what I just want...
I'm coming, let me land.
Because you don't have all the time. So
Yes,
what are the measures?
I'm landing.
Okay.
Why are you leaving me in the air like that? Let me land.
Okay, so land.
So what I'm saying is, we have to force companies by force. It has to go to parliament. Nobody should be laid off again. Laying off is not good. Put them all to go. Let it all grow in the Bible. It said, let it all grow.
Okay.
And when the time comes, it will separate the chaff from the right.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Honorable Ignatius.
Well, I think it's in the best interest that this is happening. The president should bring all the youth together. Give us a plot of land. If we can all cultivate even over 500 acres of land, when this produce are harvested, who gets the money?
But planting for food and job is already in session.
Of course, but it's just for a small section of the people. It's just, it's been coined as villages. So the villages, how many are they? Imagine we have 500 people cultivating the land. We plant more. We produce more, there's more sale. And then they get more. So my 4 sustainable developmental keys that I was telling you about, after the president has done that, the youth feel that, yes, my sweat is in this.
So why do you mention the first term?
Hold on.
Why do you always interrupt me when I'm making very important submissions?
Finish it.
When they feel their sweat in it, this is what makes them feel proud of themselves. 1. Number 2, they are vigilant. So it reduces corruption, because we know that we planted 4 pieces of corn, 5 pieces of corn. When we are harvesting, we had 6.
Right.
So the 4 developmental
hold on.
saying,
I don't need the 4 again. Your time is up.
what is going on here?
So, like I said, we are not in normal times. So when we're in normal times, the president took oath of office and he appointed ministers to work for us. Now we're not in normal times. We don't need so many ministers. Parliament should be closed down. Every parliamentarian should not go to
But the government is coming up with laws that need approval from parliament.
What
so if
law in this unconventional times? What law again? What law? When he wanted to lock us down, did he go to parliament?
Of course he did.
Yes,
When?
He went to parliament.
I'm telling you, the president didn't go to parliament.
He went to parliament.
I'm telling you,
He went to parliament.
It was sent to parliament.
He didn't.
He did.
I can understand you. Okay, so he locked us down before they went to parliament.
He went to parliament before he locked us down.
That's why they brought that.
Sack the 50s and above. Sack them.
We
Okay.
don't need parliamentarians now.
Okay.
We are not in normal times. Everybody should go home. Their salaries, it's okay. After all, we are about re-electing people. So they should concentrate on their campaign.
So parliamentarian and which people?
And some ministers. We need only essential ministers.
Give me.
Financial minister,
Yes,
Minister of Interior, Foreign Minister.
What is the foreign minister doing? Borders are closed.
No, you have a myopic mind. Myopic mind.
What is the foreign minister doing?
So Foreign Minister, I mentioned Interior Minister.
Yes, Interior Minister, Foreign
for
Minister,
Agriculture.
Agriculture.
Yes, and
Communication.
communication. Of course, that young chap is doing well. The Deputy Minister, or is he the Minister?
Yeah.
That's
Kojo.
information.
Kojo.
That's Minister of Information,
Yeah,
not communication.
So you see, Minister of Information, Minister of Communication, what are they doing? Cut one off.
Okay. All right.
Know your ministries,
thank you
Mr.
very much.
Professor.
Thank you so much for your time. And like I always say, it's a delight to sit in this seat.
It is not a delight to sit face to face with this nincompoop.
Next time I'll change.
And you tell me to respect him.
Professor.
And when I respect him, he speaks anyhow
Okay, all right.
at me.
Anyway, all right. So thank you, gentlemen. Dr. Kumasa, Honorable General Tatia, Mr. Ignatius, and our own legend prophet Asatama.
I'm not a prophet, please.
Professor.
Say prophet.
Professor.
When did he become a prophet?
Professor Asatama.
Asatama.
Thank you so much. And then
Ishe Mokogbe.
Oshe Mokogbe.
Kashibe ni magbo.
That's right.
Although
Buhumabo. All right. Thank you very much. We'll meet some other time. Bye.
You need to go.